Happy Thursday. Going to show you a couple of green builds here. And one of them is for sale. So this is dark jade metallic, building it for Jack Roush, if you know the name. And right behind it is our Boxwood Green truck, and this is for sale. It is being built as we speak. I will walk you through it. It is in our assembly line and is available. So if you are interested in this truck, you love Boxwood Green, you don't want to wait, and you want something that will be done next week, this truck will be wrapped up end of next week and getting prepped and ready for shipment. So claim it now. You can put your deposit down, call or text us, the phone number on your screen. Our team is standing by, and we have sold a lot of these right here on the live broadcast, where people said, I see it, I like it, I want it, and you can dial it in right now. You don't need to wait until the broadcast is over. And so before I walk you through that truck, I just wanted to give you an update on a build that we just delivered. I guess the focus isn't very good here for some reason. So if you recall, here we go. Randy's truck. Randy out in Florida, big boat guy. He had the pure white build, matching his boats. And yesterday we delivered it. And this message is from our transport people. You can see here underneath, he said, "What a treat. I only took it out for a couple mile spin and got 2 thumbs up and a light flash from a G-Wagon." And that was that bright, pure white truck that we had here that had the ball glove leather interior. And another happy customer. So Randy, congratulations. Beautiful, beautiful truck. Can't wait to see it pictured next to your boats and see how they match together. So very, very cool. Enjoy it. You're really, really going to have fun with it, and can't wait to see pictures and your review. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. Boxwood Green has Wimbledon white grille, has the vintage stripes, which run along the body and on the hood as well. And of course, this is not a restoration. This is not a resto mod. It is a modern 2025, 2026 vehicle where underneath it all, you have a modern car platform, which is a big, big deal, because what you don't want are old car problems, and what you do want is classic inspired design. And so what we did was the opposite of restoration, which gives you more of it gives you absolute modern car driving characteristics. It gives you the modern car reliability, the technology, the luxury, which I'll show you. And the number one thing that you cannot get in any kind of restoration or resto mod are going to be the safety features. So I'll walk you through our factory and our process to show you just how detailed we are to be able to build these handcrafted pieces of art, and why the method that we use matters. Started in restoration, looked nice, didn't drive well, not reliable, no safety features, so we evolved to the modern restoration, resto mod. Definitely better than an old restoration, but still couldn't compare to a modern vehicle. Still had the short 1960s geometry, and it didn't have any safety features. And so we made a decision. If we want to build a good company, keep doing what we're doing. At that time, we were already cooking, and we had Mark Wahlberg as a client, LeBron James, Jennifer Lopez, all kinds of celebrities, billionaires, athletes, musicians, and executives and entrepreneurs who worked super hard for their money, and they loved the fit and finish and the quality, but they gave us a feedback that it just did not drive like the Range Rover G-Wagon. And all of our clients have kids, families, grandkids, and the safety features were a big, big deal. And therefore, instead of trying to make an old car more modern, we took a modern car platform and transformed it into a classic-inspired luxury vehicle that you could drive every single day on the road, on the freeway, in the rain, in the snow, with your family, and not even think twice, because you have all of the modern car safety features. So that would be crumple zones under this beautiful sheet metal, traction control and anti-lock brakes, pre-collision assist with emergency braking, side impact beams in the doors. None of these features you will find in a restoration or a resto mod. So that was a big deal for us. Functional roll bar, you can see here, actually tied to the chassis, which is a big deal. It's not just decorative. And then technology like roll sensors, stability control, all things that keep you out of trouble. The number one thing that you don't get in a classic car restoration or resto mod, though, are going to be airbags. And airbags are very, very important. You get 6 of them, and I'll show you what that looks like in a finished vehicle in that Boxwood Green truck over there. So this one right here is for sale. It is on the assembly line, and you can put a deposit down on it now and hold it, and it's yours. And this truck right here has every single option. So you're gonna have the premium Focal audio sound system, 10-inch JL subwoofer hidden. You're gonna have the chrome package, which means hardware, hinges, door handles, mirrors, bumpers, all of that's gonna be chrome. It has the upgraded Wimbledon white grille. It's got your vintage stripes. You'll see the Fox coilover suspension, adjustable, and the Roush performance package as well. It is an automatic, and very, very certain that this is the interior, which is being laid out here for assembly. So you've got ball glove leather, diamond stitching, and really, really nice. This is like a suede-like material, Alcantara. Steering wheel, you'll have your hands-free cruise control, volume for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and of course you have your airbags. And this is a vehicle that we also crash tested and went through FMVSS compliance. This is a big, big deal. So no restoration or Restomod will pass a crash test, and will also not pass FMVSS compliance. So it's something you can drive with confidence. The body is brand new, American-made steel, but it's not the old body. Not only because you don't want rust and that kind of stuff. The real reason why you want a classic-inspired body is because today's cars are wider, they're longer, they're safer than the 1960s counterparts. And for example, this wheelbase right here is 100.4 inches compared to like a 92-inch wheelbase, which you'll find in short wheelbase trucks from the 60s and 70s. Therefore, they just don't drive the same. Short wheelbase trucks with narrow track width and solid axles will not drive like your modern car. That was the customer feedback that we got from building hundreds of vehicles. And we knew that at this price point, if you're gonna spend this kind of money, base price $250,000, that you're not gonna wanna make any compromises on technology, on drivability, on reliability, on luxury, and the number one thing is safety. So this is something you could definitely drive every day. Most of our clients, this is definitely their third, fourth, fifth car, maybe it's their home, vacation home car, but you could drive it every day as your daily driver, and a lot of our customers do. So back to the body, it is brand new, American-made steel, every line, every gap, all the flush body panels, gaps, down to the millimeter. And I'll show you how we achieve a show quality paint job and how we scale an unscalable process so that we can make it repeatable every time and on time too. The TV screens here are off right now because it's 6:15 Eastern time in Atlanta. If it was on, you would see all of our standard operating procedures, meaning work instructions for every single step in the entire process, including down to detail. And that just gives you an idea of how meticulous we are about our process, which allows us to build quality into the product. A lot of companies will try to inspect for quality at the very end. Not a good way to build something, especially a vehicle. So instead of trying to find out at the end if it's good, you need to inspect for quality at every stage, in every station, against a very clear spec, torque spec for every nut and bolt, and nothing is done by memory or feel, which is how we're able to achieve this level of quality and scale and repeatability, and do it on time, because building things on time, extremely difficult to do. Especially a vehicle. And if you've ever ordered a car, even from the big manufacturers, I've ordered cars from pretty much all the big manufacturers, and I swear every single one of them are late. And I'm not even talking about during COVID. This is like non-COVID time. So latest one being a really nice AMG G63 4x4 squared. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to show up in March, and I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. It showed up like sometime in the fall. Really hard to do if you're going to plan a surprise or a birthday or a graduation or a present, anniversary gift. And so on-time delivery, big, big deal for us. So here it is, Boxwood Green, for sale, unlisted. We haven't marketed this product, this vehicle yet, and it's on our assembly line. So if you want to put a deposit on it right now, you can call our team or text them. If you're on Instagram, you want to DM us, you can do that as well and grab it. and it'll go through the process, and you'll see every day it will move to the next station. So this right here is Jack Roush Jr.'s truck. Dark jade metallic, beautiful color. We call this LeBron jade. This is the color that LeBron James has. Look at how beautiful that paint is. It is so deep. I hope that the clarity, I mean, it looks really, really clear on my phone. I hope that you guys can see the depth and the level of quality. When we say show quality paint job, what we mean by that is you could take it to a car show where they judge paint jobs and lines and gaps. And I can tell you, a show quality paint job is something you'll find really at the highest end, like restoration type shops. But this isn't a restoration, and we're not just doing like one a year or a couple a year. Every single day we start a new build and we ship a new build, and somebody, very one lucky person in the world, gets their vehicle. And so to do that repeatedly, I can tell you it's people, it's process, and it's parts. And it's the highest quality materials, brand new American made steel, everything stamped in Detroit, PPG, partner with PPG on the paint, great partner of ours. And then it's the craftsmen and women behind the scenes that can do this level of quality. And this is something a lot of people would be surprised by, but if you go and look at, even in your garage, your Lamborghini Urus, your G63 AMG, Range Rover, maybe even have an autobiography version, 250 grand, Rolls-Royce Cullinan, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, and McLaren, all very expensive cars. However, I believe all of those, maybe with the exception of a couple of them, are all done with robotics. This is a hand crafted vehicle, 900 hours of skilled labor. And I don't even like to call it labor, because labor sounds like, you know, you're doing construction. This is art. And if you were to have it judged, I can tell you that it will score extremely high. Not that you're probably a collector or go to car shows, but knowing that the amount of meticulous detail that went into every square inch, every nook and cranny of the entire vehicle was an obsession for us. It is a piece of art you can drive every single day. So this is a dark jade metallic paint with Wimbledon white grille. And one of our great partners, Roush, up in Detroit, they do an amazing job on our performance packages, intake, exhaust, Ford Performance Tune. And so heck, why not building one for Jack Roush Jr., racing and tuning legend family out of Detroit. And check out the inside of this here. Look at this ball glove leather interior. It's got your woven leather inserts. There are 12 different leather colors. There are multiple options when it comes to your inserts. You can go woven like this. There's tuxedo, which is woven leather with the black and white, looks kind of checkered. Diamond stitching, pleated stitching, and we have a whole line of Schumacher plaids and textiles that we're unveiling here really soon. You saw it on the blue and white one with the navy interior and the Montana wool, where you have the plaid option as well. So lots of options to customize your vehicle. This has the body matching dash as well, and you can see one of your airbags right here, your front passenger airbag. And then just look at the stitching and the details. And I hear the game is watching. My guy out in California, LA Confidential. Hope you're doing well, man. So let's see here. Back seat. All right, so you need something cool and fun that you can put your family in. And it's not just you and your wife and you and your significant other anymore. And you need more than 2 seats. I've been through this myself, and I pride myself on having owned for a while the best cars you could buy that are still cool, still fun, still rare, exotic, and have more than 2 seats. Because when my kids started getting older, it's like, wow, I don't want to leave them at home. But my wife was anti-letting me put my kids in a car seat, in the front seat, in a Lamborghini. It's pretty silly. I've seen people do that at carpool. And so you have very few options of cool cars that are rare, high quality, and fit 2 kids for total seats that would be something you'd actually want to drive. So this right here, not only do you have room in the back, And you have the latch system. You see those little black bars down there. So if you've been there, you had kids, you probably had a booster seat and you had a car seat as well. And those black bars right there is peace of mind for you and your young ones. So whether you have kids or grandkids and you've got to tether them in, you don't want to just use a 3-point shoulder belt. They made these for a reason. Every modern car today has this so that you can attach your car seat. So if you're looking for a permission slip from the mother of your children, not only do you have a latch system, which also gives you that back there, you'll never find this in a classic car or a restoration or a Restomod. It doesn't exist. Not only do you have the available seats in the room and the latch system, but all around you is not a classic car from the 60s with no safety features. You have airbags, 6 of them. You have crumple zones all around the body, designed and engineered to crumple around you to protect you. Back here, you have the side curtain airbags. So think about your kids sitting back here, or your grandkids, or your rear passengers. If you don't have airbags all the way from front to rear, there's no protection here. This roll bar right here looks really, really nice, but it is functional and tied to the chassis, like I showed you on the Boxwood Green one. And you have 6 airbags total. You have the crumple zones on the outside, and we physically crash tested the vehicle. FMVSS compliance. So what does that mean? That means it meets the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, and no classic car or restoration could ever meet that because they were designed and engineered 60 years ago. So it's not possible. And they wouldn't pass the crash test because they don't have the airbags, they don't have the crumple zones. You put an instrumented crash test dummy in a restoration or Restomod, you crash it, it's probably not going to survive. And therefore, when we went through the engineering and the design, what was important to us, because it was important to our clients, was going to be this, right? So you got 6 of these. Here's one airbag in the front steering wheel. How cool is that dark jade metallic right there? You've got an airbag right here. This is your seat mounted side impact airbag. In the doors, you have side impact beams. Again, something that old cars restorations don't have. This is not an old car. It's 2025, 2026 now. Imagine a car comes right at you, hits you in the side. You're going to want the side impact beams inside the doors. You're going to want this airbag right here and this one right here that runs all the way back, giving you and your rear passengers protection. And this seat-mounted side impact airbag is also designed to blow this way. So now you imagine you get hit, you're going to want this, you're going to want that, you're going to want this, you're going to want that, and you're going to want crumple zones all around you too. So big difference. And you know, where we came from, Restoration Restomod, really taught us a lot about our customers and how to build vehicles and how to warranty them and how to stay behind the product. But it was a feedback that we got from those customers asking us to make it like their Range Rover G-Wagon in terms of drivability, which is all about independent front suspension that you see right there, wider track width, longer wheelbase. So when you can make it drive more modern, which is great, with IFS, wider track width, and longer wheelbase, that's one set of problems that old cars are, you know, known to have poor driving characteristics. But even if you did fix the driving characteristics of an old car, you still wouldn't have safety features. And that right there is why we built it on a 2025, 2026 modern chassis. And then crash tested it and went through FMVSS compliance, including blowing the airbags. So I'll give you an example here. You probably don't know this, but if you really think about what happens here, this is 900 hours of handcrafted art. And you look at every single stitch, every single little detail has been thoroughly thought through. Well, you can't just sew leather over an airbag. You have to have a special technique using a special thread and have certification for it so that in the event of that crash, the airbag is going to blow out. So we did that. So airbag number 1, airbag number 2, airbag number 3, which goes all the way from this A pillar all the way by your head. You're probably going to want that right by your head, all the way to the back on both sides. So that's 3 airbags on this side, and then you have another set of airbags for your front passenger. This right here, same thing. We tested this, we blew this using the same company that does the testing, the compliance testing, crash test dummies for the big OEMs. And we blew this airbag, which has a line right here, to ensure that it would come out. Here's your little airbag warning right here to let you know you have airbags. And then airbag number 5 is your side curtain airbag, same thing, rear passenger's head, very important. And then of course your kids, grandkids, passengers in the back have your rear protection. And then airbag number 6 is going to be your passenger side seat mounted side impact airbag, same thing here as well. And again, these aren't things that you probably think about every day. In fact, I'm sure you get in your car and you don't think about it at all. And the reason why is because we take this stuff for granted, right? It's 2026. And today's vehicles, they have all of this included. So you don't even think about it. You've probably never even driven a car without traction control and anti-lock brakes. You slam on the brakes, especially if it's wet outside, but even if it's dry, in a vehicle that has no ABS, no traction control, you will quickly realize how far we've come in technology and design, engineering, and safety. But when you can check every box for your clients, give them quality, craftsmanship, on-time delivery, exclusive, rare, beautiful design, service it as well, give it modern car driving characteristics, modern car luxury that would make your G-Wagon probably mad at you for a while. And the safety features. It really is the best of both worlds. So this truck right here is in this station. We're going to install the teak wood tomorrow. And you can hear that sound, the beautiful sound of American-made steel. And this color, I'll never get over it. It's absolutely beautiful. Super nice. So this is dark jade metallic. We have 30 paint colors, and we offer a paint to sample option as well. And paint to sample means you can pick any color in the world, whatever it is you want. And that could be on an existing vehicle, like, maybe it's one of your favorite colors from a 1999, I don't know, whatever, vehicle. We can pull that paint code and shoot it, or you have a family heirloom or something special to you. We can take that, shoot it, do spray outs, and then you can have that on your car. So highly recommend paint to sample. It's becoming very, very popular if you want something nobody else has. And a few other details here. This is your shift on the fly 4-wheel drive. So you can drive this in the rain, in the snow. And the other day we had one of our customers come out and they're like, oh yeah, you're probably shipping mainly to Florida and California and Texas. And we said, you know what? Lately, because this is on a restoration restaurant, you can drive this every day year round if you want to. And so the number of vehicles that we've shipped to cold weather climates that aren't sitting around in the garage waiting for summertime is bigger than ever, because you don't have that limitation anymore. So it kind of goes back to how you want to use your car. If you're spending a lot of money and you're going to drop 250K plus, I think you want to drive it. And therefore, you need the safety features, you need the technology, you don't want it to leak inside if it's raining. And I've driven these on the freeway in torrential downpour, in the snow, up a mountain, 11,000 feet of elevation. And I'm not like a professional driver or a stunt driver or an experienced off-roader at all. But it makes it easy for you. So shift on the fly 4-wheel drive, and by the way, this dial right here gives you very quick and easy access to turn it. And you have snow mode, sand, slippery, a lot of options right here. This one here is an automatic, 10-speed automatic transmission. This has the 12-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then you've got your dual zone climate control. Those are your heated steering wheel buttons, heated seats, and you have dual zone climate, so you can make this side hot, you can make that side cold if you want to. And this is not like aftermarket AC and heat. It is actual factory air. Big difference as well. And down here you have your USB ports for your technology, keyless entry as well. Look at your cup holders. Even your cup holders are spoiled with something that you only really find in your super expensive leather handbags. And the leather work, I can tell you, is probably the #1 thing that our customers comment on. If you go read the reviews, vintage, modern reviews on Google, and you read the reviews, and you'll see the consistency in what it is people say about the people, the service, the vehicle itself, the craftsmanship, the fit and finish, and the quality. They almost always say the interior is an absolute piece of art. And these are customers who have Bentleys, Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Lamborghini, all the good stuff. And so that makes me really happy, because that was always my goal when we were thinking through our evolved, model, and we wanted to give our customers everything. And at this price point, I can tell you, it's not our customer's first $250,000 vehicle. They have many others and have had many others. So their definition of good is going to be extremely picky, and we wanted to exceed those expectations. So while we were doing the design and building the vehicle, we didn't want it to be as good as their Range Rover G-Wagon. We want it to be better than. All right, so here we go. So this right here is Boxwood Green, and a lot like this truck right here, which is for sale right now. Someone should buy this before we finish assembly. It's gonna look a lot like this, except this one right here is gonna have chrome trim, and this one right here has white trim. So let me walk you through this here. It is 6:30 p.m. and no one is here, which is a very good sign. And what I mean by that is that this truck went through final detail with 4 of our master detailers and final inspection, which is where our leads from engineering and quality and operations and production all come together. And they scrutinize the vehicle one more time after we have inspected it already at every single station in the entire process. And the fact that nobody's here means it finished on time, it passed all of the quality inspections, and that score will be posted tomorrow for our team when we get together and we scrutinize people, process, parts every single day on every single build. And every business day, we wrap up a truck, we have final inspection, we score it, and then we go right into our meeting the next day and we share it. And that feedback loop, think about how many loops there are for our team to be able to improve people, process, and parts. If the lights are on in the building and we come in here, we're starting a new build. And if the lights are on in the building, we're shipping a new build. And that allows us to dial in our people, process, and parts down to a science. And so the on-time delivery aspect is a big, big deal to our customers, and therefore it's a very, very big deal to us as well. So this is Boxwood Green. Let me pull up my notes here while I'm talking. And Boxwood Green, let me just make sure I don't say it wrong. I've mixed this up a couple times and people freaked out and said, no, that's not mine, or that's somebody else's. So, okay, Ryan, I apologize if I get this wrong, but this is Ryan from Massachusetts, and Ryan's the one whose dad, who's also a client. And it's funny, we've had multiple clients where their parents bought one, didn't tell them about it, and then they come home, for dinner, vacation, whatever, and they see it and they drive it and they fall in love, and then they order one. A very, very good sign that we're on the right path. In addition to families buying more than one within the family tree, we have customers, plural, that buy one, love it so much, they place an order for a second one. How cool is that? And 2 of our clients that have done that, it was their wife who loved the build so much. They probably had a lot of doubt because they never liked their old cars, because they all smelled bad, drove harsh, and broke down, and didn't have safety features. Well, when their husband got their modern classic truck from us, they fell in love with it. And so then we get a phone call like a few days later, usually upon delivery, and they're like, hey, my wife wants one. Pretty cool. So Ryan, thank your dad for introducing us to you. And Ryan, if you guys recall, he's the one who wanted something fun and cool and different, unique, but he needed a place for his kids' car seats. Big deal, right? You need the permission slip from the mother of your children. And the fact that you can tell them it has not only latch system for the booster seat and car seats, but the fact that it is a modern vehicle, a 2025, 2026, and just like your G-Wagon Range Rover has all of the modern safety features, and we went to the lengths of the FMVSS compliance and the crash testing, and you have 6 airbags. It is significantly different from driving a restoration or a Restomod that doesn't have modern safety features. So this is Ryan's truck right here. How beautiful is that Boxwood Green dash? Went with ball glove for the leather interior, diamond stitching, and I'm going to be really careful here because they finished detail and they finished inspection. And this has a Wimbledon white soft top, which fully zips up and is waterproof. And yes, you can have it in the winter, in the snow, in the rain. It's not going to leak. You got your Wimbledon white accents. Ryan went with the upgraded Focal audio sound system, which also has the 10-inch JL subwoofer. Highly recommend if you like music. And Ryan, your kids will love and think you're the coolest dad in the world when you can let them play their favorite music, and you're going to have a badass sound system in this badass car that nobody else has. They're going to beg you to drive it to carpool at school, and they're going to feel like the coolest kids, and you'll be dad of the year. All right, so here's the 10-inch subwoofer. I always like to point out the little details, like a leather perforated speaker grill instead of plastic. Those are the little touches, right? This tiny little leather strap that matches all of your upholstery. Everything with leather and stitching is absolutely perfect. And this reveals your hidden cooler back here. So if you're in Mass, maybe you're going to go out to Martha's Vineyard or Cape Cod or Nantucket, and you can have this thing hanging out on the beach. You got your tailgate that we engineered. Listen to the sound of this. Just very, very high quality, brand new American-made steel. There's no rust. And the lines and the gaps, seriously, you'll become really, really judgy as you look at other people's cars, including cars that cost 300 grand. I have $300,000 cars in my garage that the lines and the gaps aren't perfect. Pretty surprising, right? So go in your garage and look at all the body lines and look at all the gaps. Do they actually line up? And I'm telling you, when you look at a G-Wagon, when you look at a Range Rover, and even on a Rolls Royce Cullinan, you'd be really surprised. So it's those little details that we geek out over, and we just want to set the bar so high for ourselves that it will never be achieved. And the benefit to our customers is that they have something that's truly hand-built, handcrafted, 900 hours of skilled labor, blended with modern technology and safety features. So these are your rear parking sensors, that's your backup camera, and we did a rear crash test, side and front as well. This tailgate we engineered to drop down. It holds 500 pounds, so you and your family and your kids can hang out on that teak wood. I've done it myself in the Hamptons, feet in the sand. You're sitting here having a nice time with your family, and you got the music going, really hard to beat. This is a memory-making machine, and this color too. A lot of great colors. With Boxwood Green, one of the most classic-looking colors that you can get, but you don't have any of the problems. So inside, you have billet aluminum hardware. All of this right here, billet aluminum hardware, all CNC'd from a space-grade block of aluminum, and then it's a brushed finish. And then just look at the details of the stitching. Very, very hard to get stitching like this. Extremely obvious tell when you look at a boat or a plane or a vehicle of any price point. And if you look at the stitching and it is not just completely straight and completely perfect, I can tell you, it'll tell you everything you need to know about the builder, the inspections, and what kind of eye they have for detail. And just being a luxury car guy myself, and extremely OCD about details, and being used to knowing what good looks like, you know, the interior is a big deal. All this right here, Alcantara, like suede-like material, and you'll see just like the level of craftsmanship in every nook and cranny. This right here, all leather, and then anything that's not leather, we wrapped in Alcantara. And check that out. All of the entire roll bar, everything around the perimeter, it's all Alcantara. You can imagine what that cost and how long that took. And then I love to show these little straps here. It's all in the details, even your cup holder. How cool is that? And this is the kind of leather work you can compare, not even just in a vehicle, but look at all the expensive handbags that you have. And I've bought a lot of handbags for my wife, so I've become an expert. And I can tell you, you definitely feel like you're sitting in a giant, super expensive, high-end designer purse, and the smell that comes out of this thing is incredible. Here's your cup holder right here. All those details. So automatic transmission, we do offer manual, definitely more rare and harder to get. If you're willing to wait, then we could make that happen. So best bet to answer your questions is to talk to our team members. They are standing by live during the live broadcast, and you can text, you can call, and you can DM if it's on Instagram, and you can ask questions about our build process. We also take trades, and we offer financing as well. So reach out to us. And so that Boxwood Green truck back there that I showed you, it's going to look a lot like this, except we'll have chrome trim instead of the Wimbledon white. When it comes to trim, you can choose Wimbledon white, you can choose chrome, you can go with black, and this truck right here is going to have chrome trim. So for sale, someone grab that, put a deposit down, and you can have that before it's even finished. So Ryan, I hope you're excited. If it's in the station, then it means you are extremely close to shipping, management, final sign-off, and then prep for shipping. And I think it's going to Massachusetts, so not far, and you'll have it soon. So congratulations. All right, so I showed you dark jade metallic. I showed you the Boxwood Green truck. We just started on assembly on this Raven Black truck, and this Raven Black truck belongs to Luke out in Nevada. Luke, if you're watching, really, really excited for you. You're going to watch this black beauty transform as it goes down the line, station by station, inspection after inspection, and can't wait to see what spec this is. It looks like black on black because you can see the hinges right there, and I wonder if it's black on black on black or if it's black on tan. We'll find out tomorrow, so stay tuned. So Luke, get excited. You will watch this go right down the line and into test miles and into our inspection tunnel over here. All right, we showed you Jack Roush's and this one right here. All right, somebody keeps turning the lights off on me. Let me turn them on and show you. I'm really excited about this truck because it is a paint to sample color. And paint to sample means you can pick just about any color you could possibly imagine. And this is Elizabeth and Greg out in Virginia, and they went with paint to sample. And this is called Light Sage Metallic. It isn't Wimbledon white. It's darker. It's got more gray in it. It's not chalk gray though. It's got more, I don't know what you call it, kind of a taupe in it. And it is absolutely stunning. And the stripes that you guys picked, really, really nice. So when you talk about exclusivity and having something rare nobody else has, well, number one, we only build 250 of these a year, which is nothing. That is 1/10 the number of Porsche GT3 RSs that are manufactured by Porsche every year. So think 2,500 of those things, and you almost never see a GT3 RS unless you're probably in Miami or LA. So 250, very, very rare. However, when you pick a paint to sample color, that's your own custom mix, then you really have something nobody else has. So this is a great color, great spec. Elizabeth and Greg, if you're watching, just beautiful. I cannot wait for you to get this. Went with the chrome trim, nice, this is a custom stripe. So this stripe right here, super thin, and I can tell it's not our standard stripe. They really put a lot of thought into the spec here. Check it out, black on the inside. Hello, you guys could be designers. If you're looking for a design job, let me know, shoot me a DM. No, I'm kidding, but seriously, it really does look really, really nice. And wow, they really thought of everything. I'm impressed. So let me hop off and show you this beautiful sage metallic truck, chrome trim, and the door handles, billet aluminum, then sent to Detroit to be chromed. It's these types of thoughtful things that are not efficient and not cost effective, but beautiful outcome and super high quality outcome that matter to us. If we were optimizing for efficiency, we would just find any chromer as close as possible, as cheap as possible. But no, we took the long road. We actually machine these billet aluminum emblems in Atlanta, and then we ship all of our chrome parts to Detroit from Atlanta. You can imagine what that costs. These are heavy, heavy pieces. Like the bumper, that's no joke, right? These are real, brand new American-made steel bumpers. And so then they're sent to Detroit to go through a chroming process. And again, it just gives you an idea of how we think about it. Do we want to have to ship all of our stuff from Atlanta to Detroit and back? No, we don't want to. But what we really want, though, is quality. And chroming is a lost art. It's not nearly as popular as it used to be. So to find a good chromer, very difficult to do. And then the materials tell you a lot about the build, too. And again, G-Wagon, plastic. Range Rover, plastic. Urus, plastic. Rolls-Royce, plastic, right? I don't even know, I can't even think of a modern car where they used billet aluminum. It's too expensive, right? So billet aluminum, chrome trim, and that touch and the way that feels, it is a sculpture of art that you just don't see anymore, right? It's all in the details. Inside, wow, really, really nice. I believe this is black rock leather with a little bit of distress in it. You see that? And you got your black Alcantara right here. And of course you got your window crank. Oh, there you go. And check this out. This is that beautiful one paint to sample paint color. And look at the stitching details right here. And this is the woven leather inserts becoming really popular. You'll see a lot of tuxedo. Tuxedo is a black and white checker, but you can go with matching woven inserts with the matching leather. And if you zoom in really close, you'll see every single one of these is woven by hand, piece by piece. And I can imagine, I mean, I've been around these for a long time and a lot of them, but I can imagine for our clients, the very first time that they have their truck delivered. And most of our clients, they buy sight unseen. So they've never been here and we don't meet most of them. But for certain clients that actually fly here, like Elizabeth and Greg, that we built this truck for, they actually came here from Virginia. So they got to see the factory, they got to meet the team, do a test drive, look at the fit and finish, look at our process, see finished vehicles, look at all the different colors and options. And so they knew once they drove it, especially when you drive one of these and you see what it's like, and you've driven old cars before, old Land Rover Defenders, old Blazers, old Land Cruisers, you'll know right away that the experience is absolutely night and day. But I can imagine if I'm a client, let's say Elizabeth and Greg didn't come here, and you can imagine this truck being delivered and you open it up for the very first time. One, the smell is going to make you go, wow, it smells like a giant baseball glove. But the fit and finish and the details and the amount of thought and love and passion and obsession that went into this, you will know. And it doesn't matter what you have in your garage, you will immediately appreciate the art that this is. Now you can imagine, I don't even want to sit in it, but I'm going to put this plastic down just out of respect for our customers and our team too, because they are graded on every little detail, that you can see why it'll quickly become one of your favorite cars. And this soft top right now has the moonroof open. I will show you how easy it is to quickly go from that open state. And that's one hand on the phone too. So really easy for me to with one hand on the phone and one hand over here, open and close that. And if I want to open it up, because the weather is really nice, one of the best features right here. And here's the best part. You can zip up the windows on the side, back, and rear, which will take you under 5 minutes. And you close that top. You got a header seal here, waterproof, windproof, and water tested. So during our test miles, we actually will do a sequence where we will soak the vehicle, every nook and cranny, every corner, just to make sure it's waterproof. I can't tell you how many old cars I've been in, from my two-door European G-Wagons to my old Broncos to my Land Cruisers, H1 Hummer. If it's raining, number one, I can't even drive it anyway because it doesn't even have traction control or anti-lock brakes. But number two, if I did get caught in the rain, even if it had a hard top or a soft top, that thing is leaking water. Not something you want to deal with at this price point. So it's all those little things, right? And we all grew up in a time, if you're of this age group, where everything just works. And we are spoiled by those modern day conveniences. It's very, very hard to go back. So beautiful truck, guys. You guys are gonna absolutely love this. And I just love the details. Thing that in my opinion, that makes this truck stand out. Number one, the color, paint to sample. Get the paint to sample. You won't regret it. You'll have your own color. You can even name it if you want to. And then this right here, this pinstripe tells me everything I need to know about Elizabeth and Greg. They have this eye for detail. The stripes are usually thicker than this. And I kind of want this on mine. Really nice. So excellent choice. And the way they tied it all together, really, really beautiful. So there she is. This is going to Virginia. And how cool. Congratulations, guys. Excellent, excellent spec. Okay, let's keep going here. We've got a few other builds I want to show you. Let's take a little quick sneak peek here. Running out of space. Does anyone in Atlanta in the north suburbs have more space? We are bursting at the seams, and you can just see, look at this. That's going to be fun. Stay tuned for that vintage G-Wagon. And these are some of our chassis, just a few of our pre-orders. Why are so many people buying this product? And by the way, so many people is like a very small number of people still, in that you're not going to pull up to a red light and hardly ever see another one. But the number of people in this world that have always wanted a classic car but couldn't deal with the old car problems, that's exactly why I started this company. I didn't start the company to start building cars. I started this company because I bought an old car and has so many problems, and I was used to really nice cars. I said, gosh, there's got to be a better way. And I had young kids, and my wife insisted, and she was right, that we need safety features. So she said, fix it. And fix it we did, and fixed my old Bronco, and then decided to get into restoration, and then decided very quickly that that's not what we want to do, and nor is it what the clients want. And so we moved to Restomod, modern restoration. This guy right here, just sold, by the way. This is not a build that we do anymore, but this was a trade-in that we received on our new version, and this sold to a customer that did want a Restomod. No safety features, and does have the old school geometry, but if you really truly want the best, then underneath you're going to want this right here. And this right here is what your entire investment and your life rides on. Literally. Think about it. Physically, the only thing touching the ground between you and your family and the road is going to be these four wheels, this drivetrain, this chassis, this platform. And so you might as well pick a chassis, a platform, a foundation that has the latest and greatest in technology, design, engineering, and safety features. And so why are there people moving away from restoration and Restomod to this? Is because at this price point especially, but even if this wasn't a super high-end price point, today's cars have this. And so when you go for a restoration Restomod, you won't have those driving characteristics of today. You won't have the technology and the reliability and engineering of today. And the number one thing you won't have are safety features, because you cannot retrofit modern safety features like airbags into a aftermarket vehicle or a restoration. And that is the driving factor behind us evolving from restoration to Restamon to a fully modernized vehicle. And so here's our pickup line right here. This is Brittany Blue with chrome trim. I believe this is Deb's. This is light jade inline, ready for pickup. Let's see if I can grab this here. Devin and Heather's also go to Virginia. This is the client who traded in their 911 Porsche for this beautiful light jade truck. This is Kelly's. Kelly Hot Ginger. Kelly is considering getting a vintage G-Wagon. Kelly, you absolutely need one. So our clients get first dibs on the vintage G-Wagon. There's only going to be 50 of them this year. And if you are a client, you have first dibs. We will sell out of all of them. Also built on a modern 2025, 2026 chassis. In this case, a G63 Mercedes AMG platform. Right behind it is Shannon's, and Shannon is the one who has 2 old Broncos and a Cobra, and one is something he could actually daily drive. So that is GT Silver. We have a GT Silver for sale with low miles tobacco leaf leather interior in stock. So if you're looking for a low mileage pre-owned vehicle, there are actually 2, which is very rare, up for grabs right now. And you can get that. Text or call our team. They can tell you. They're not always listed on the website, but if you go to vintagemodern.com, vintagemodern.com, you can go to our website, look at the inventory page. And while you're there, if you are more the type to custom build, then you should go on our configurator. So go to vintagemodern.com, go to our configurator, build your own, and you can see all the colors, all the options, all the specs, all the pricing, get a real-time quote right then and there. It'll send you pictures of inside, outside, underneath, different color tops, different color paint, and you can knock yourself out and have a price to go with that. And if you build that on the configurator and you want to place your order, then just reach out to our team. Easiest way is call or text. We're always on, and we work pretty much around the clock because we don't really call it work. Work is a funny word. Work is something you don't want to do. This is something we definitely want to do. So, and we have a lot of fun doing it too. All right, so this Boxwood Green truck right here in the pickup line, this is Paul out in South Carolina, Cape Cod. He's the one that just always wanted a classic car, but just couldn't touch a classic car with a 10-foot pole for all the problems, and his friend told us about it. So in the pickup line, and this is rare, guys, you won't see finished vehicles waiting to be picked up. That means we completed it on time. Very, very difficult to do in building anything, let alone a vehicle of this quality and craftsmanship and caliber. So I'm going to show you a couple others here and show you what the G-Wagon platform looks like. This is that blue and white truck that sold during the live. This is David's Grabber orange truck. I have a suspicion if he's from Oregon and he got orange that he's an Oregon State Beavers fan. So I'm an Oregon Duck and I just can't look at orange the way I used to. No, I'm kidding, David. You're gonna love this. What a beautiful truck. We had a lot of fun shooting it. Just a really spectacular color. Go check out our social media and you'll see beautiful pictures of this that we just posted. I think it was yesterday. So that's David's truck. We've got this Brittany Blue truck right here that's for sale. This is a sleeper right here. Ball glove with pleated leather interior. This is available right now. It's 6:57 p.m. If you call or text our team right now, you'll get a live person. If you want this truck, you've been waiting for the perfect opportunity. This is in stock, ready for immediate delivery. You could put a deposit down right now, wire the money tomorrow, and depending on how fast you can move, we can have this thing prepped. You can be driving it in a matter of days, depending on where you live. And if you're in Atlanta, come bring a check. You can walk out with this thing. All right, so this is Brittany Blue for sale, in stock, every single option, and ready for immediate delivery. Text or call us. Right next to it here is Chris's, and Chris is the one who lives in Atlanta. Midnight blue with black trim. I love this combination. Check out the Raven black grille, all Raven black trim. Look at how different each one of these is. Brittany blue, super classic, chrome trim, Wimbledon white, and right next to it you have midnight blue with a bad attitude. Black trim, black wheels, black accents and bumpers and grille. Very, very nice choices here. Chris, can't wait to see you. And next to it was David from Oregon, and I really like this one a lot. It's so different. This is midnight blue, and I really hope I'm not getting Chris's and Joe's confused. They don't give me enough notes here, so I will put that in the suggestion box for the team here in case I got them wrong. But this truck right here is sitting on 35s, midnight blue, Wimbledon white. So again, you can just see how many options and ways there are to customize and make it your own. You really can't go wrong. 32, 69. This is Chris's truck. I apologize. And this one right here is Joe's truck. Well, you know what? We will get it right next time. And then this one right here is Jason from the Seahawks. He's a little busy this weekend playing in the Super Bowl, so we agreed to hold it for him. Good luck, Jason, on Sunday. Caribbean Turquoise sold on the live. This is gone and ready to ship. And of course, you've got your rose pink vintage G-Wagon that is stunning. And you have your whisper pink ultimate Valentine's Day present coming up. Valentine's Day is next Friday or Saturday? I think it's next Saturday. So you have a few days to jump on this and get it wrapped up, and we will ship it to you. You can put a giant bow on it and make somebody's Valentine's Days for sale, in stock, ready to ship. So we've got a lot of action here, a little busy, need more space. This right here is what the vintage G-Wagon chassis looks like. And this is a G63 AMG Mercedes donor. Now think about restoration and what it means. Restoration means that you're buying something old, likely 50, 60, 40 years old, different era of technology, design, and engineering, and instead, and most likely those donors, I can tell you, they cost like $10,000. You know, it's the cheapest things you can find out there, and then they restore them. This right here, you can imagine what a G63 AMG donor costs. It is the absolute best modern engineering, safety you can get, and then we go transform it into these modern classics that you can drive every day. And I'll give you one sneak peek of this beautiful truck. These are starting to move, and we are confident that all of the allocations are going to sell. If after offering it to our clients existing, any are left, we will do the rest by invite only. So if you want more information and you want an invite, hopefully you know somebody, reach out to our team and they'll tell you all about it. So here is a look at the back. Look at that. Teak. Sounds like a bank vault door. It might as well be because it costs as much. Inside, this comes in 12 different colors. So I know a lot of people think it's all pink, but you can choose from 12 different colors. And right here, instead of Alcantara, this is wool, something you'll almost never find. Just immaculate for the details. How cool is that? So this is rose pink in collaboration with our amazing partners, Carlex, that we did this with, and just like nothing else on the road. So you have a G-Wagon, you don't have this G-Wagon, and you can choose from 12 different colors. That other one is going to be Azzurro blue with half white, half navy blue on the bottom, and a really cool interior, so stay tuned. All right, so a lot of options. You want to do custom build, go on our configurator, vintagemodern.com, talk to our team, text or call, and if you want inventory ready to ship immediately, you've got Brittany Blue that you can purchase right now and be driving it in a matter of days. You've got the ultimate Valentine's Day gift, which is Whisper Pink. And then I'm going to show you one last one under the lights that they just turned off. I'm turning on the lights or turning off the lights. This is how great the team is, right? Before they leave, they shut off all the lights, so I keep turning them on, they keep turning them off. All right, so here is a truck that's unlisted, that if you want something really unique and different, I give you frozen graphite. Frozen graphite, matte paint, black trim. We only did 2 matte paint jobs. And to do matte paint right, I'll give you a technical term. It's a pain in the ass. You can do matte paint, anyone can do matte paint, but to do it well at this level of quality is an absolute pain. So we only did 2 of them. If you love that modern finish, modern look, black trim, blacked out, you got raven black for the grill, all black for the bumpers. And this is a 2024 with super low miles that has every upgrade: Fox coilover suspension, forged aluminum wheels. Check out all the black hardware right here. And then the inside worn glove has the upgraded premium stereo system, full zip soft top, waterproof. You got your power steps, of course. There's your coilover Fox suspension, billet aluminum hardware. You got your backup camera and your parking sensors and your soft top as well. And currently with the moonroof open, has 4-wheel drive, shift on the fly. Here's the other side, touchscreen navigation, 12-inch dual zone climate control. Just about every single option, except this is a twin turbo V6 Roush performance package, about 350 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, and you have maybe 1,000 miles, so super low. And again, we don't list these things. They usually sell before we get them up, but you can go to our website, vintagemodern.com, or you can go and text our team. It doesn't matter what time it is. We work pretty much around the clock whenever our clients need us. And you can do a trade, and you can also do financing as well. You can even do both. So someone should buy this, because I'm so tempted to keep it, because I just know we'll never do another matte truck again. And it's here, in stock, for sale, pre-owned, low miles, frozen graphite. Someone get this. So nice. And coming up, also unlisted, root beer. You like root beer? This is for you. Okay, well, there you have it. I hope this has been informative, and we are standing by. You can reach out to our team, and a knowledgeable team member will walk you through our process, let you know what we have in inventory, let you know what we have coming up, like that Boxwood Green truck, which is for sale right now. And we'd love to earn your business. Here's another one I just sold on live too, Arcadian Blue. This is the one I took down to Miami. It's got the navy blue top and the white rock interior. I believe this is going out to Lake Oconee, Georgia, or Florida, one of the two. And it's got the retro wheels too. Really nice touch. Okay, so reach out to our team. We'll be hanging out here, always accessible. Looking forward to answering your questions and earning your business. And I have to give a shout out to our amazing team. The fact that nobody's here means that everything was completed on time, and we'll come in tomorrow on Friday and finish out strong. So great job, everybody that pours their blood, sweat, and tears into this. And thank you to our clients for trusting us with your hard-earned money, and our vendors who produce premium, beautiful, amazing parts so we can build this absolute piece of art. You guys have a great night. Thank you.